health staff. So here's one of our full Nubians. She's a yearling. I only have 19 goats, which I know to some people sounds like a lot. Did you really already break out? Well, guess I can show you my problem animal real quick. But welcome back to the channel. I'm Megan from the GWP Homestead, and let's talk goats today. First off, this little nugget, that little nugget, and that little nugget are I'm really dark right there. I got a new toy to help me film better, and now I see how dark I was just there. They're turds and always getting out of the fence. Most of the time they stay right there in our open-end stall. Still annoying, still need to find their hole. But what am I gonna do? Well, no, I'm gonna fix it eventually. Or my handyman will. Hi, babies! But before we get down talking about our breeding plans for the next year-ish time, I want to show you a couple things we got the goats. So we got this guy, which is really dirty. This is just a floor fan that we're able to hook up there. So anyone needs a fan for their goats and can't afford like one of the big, nice actual barn fans, that's worked really good. It's ran like non-stop for 2 months, I think. Hello. Another cool thing we got from a subscriber recently is this guy. So this is a brush, and goats are notorious for wanting to rub up on their fences. They'll rub up on all their fences. They rub up on their, you can see the hay feeder there dents in a little bit, I think maybe. I think you can see it. And that one too. So that gives them something to scratch on. And I'm gonna be able to get them on camera right now, but I will get, that works. I will have my editor slash handyman slash husband insert a little clip on my phone of one of them using it, and it's only been up for like less than a day. I love it, and I think they're gonna love it. But let me grab. Hi. Can you say hi? There's your babies. See, there's the babies. It's a little warm today, but I forgot to feed Rosemary her grain this morning. So let's take her over to the feed room. And, not you, ma'am. I'm gonna take her to the feed room and she can eat her grain while I do some talking today. Come on, baby. Also, another handy fan we have is this little guy. This is my DeWalt battery fan, and I love it. I use it every morning when I am milking on me and the goats. I love it. But that's not what today's video is about. Let's talk breeding plans. So, first of this year, we acquired 4 Nubians, or no, we acquired 2 new Nubians very quickly, and that was not originally the plan. The plan was just to add 1 Nubian to the herd, and then hopefully add a next one, another full-size Nubian the following year, and breed mini-Nubians. But with a string of good luck, or happenstance, I don't know, we were able to add actually 2. So that gives us 4 sized Nubians. We also bought a new buck, which is little Mr. Possum. I showed him earlier as my little scape artist. So that means we have several breeding options. We're still working out some paperwork issues. Hopefully Benji will be papered by the end of this year. His papers kind of got caught up in some of that chaos of when the American Dairy Goat Association did some stuff. Violet's is the same way. So hopefully we're gonna have them papered by the end of the year so all their babies can be papered. If we can get Benji papered, that gives me 2 other Nigerians in my herd that will be papered. No, 1 Nigerian, 1 mini-Nubian that will be papered. So that would be awesome. But how are we gonna breed everyone? Who's gonna kind of be paired with who? Our big goal now is with having the 4 Nubians, and Nubians typically only cycle in the fall, so then they're having early spring babies, hopefully. Typically Nigerians will cycle year-round, so the hope is to breed all 4 of our Nubians to have spring babies. I'm going to skip a breeding cycle with Minnie, Violet, Eden, yeah, those 3 adult girls, and breed them in next summer 2025 to have fall 2025 babies. So then we have a lot of milk coming in the spring, and then we still have a little bit of milk to eat and drink on during the winter and the fall with those 3 Nigerians. We can dry off our big girls, go ahead and rebreed them, and that's how you continue the cycle. But because of that, it means you have to skip a cycle and kind of get everyone where you want them. That means I'm also not going to be breeding this season my mini-Nubian, Patsy Cline, which is a full Nigerian, and Kissing Kate, which is also a full Nigerian. They're not big enough to breed, which makes sense. Hopefully, including my mini-Nubian, I can breed them all in summer of 2025 as well. They'll be almost a year old. Most of them will be over a year old. They should be plenty big to breed. They cannot be bred to Benji because that's their dad. That's line breeding. It's kind of frowned upon. So hopefully Possum is available to breed them. But here's my caveat and my issue with Possum. I do have 2 girls in my herd that do have an extra teat. I have one being 4-teated, one being 3-teated. It doesn't affect them for a Homestead goat. They're not going to show. I'm not trying to sell show goats. Most of the goats I sell are going to pet homes or other homesteads that want to milk. It's not a huge deal. To get the extra teats, you have to have the trait from mom and dad. Come to find out, Mr. Possum may carry that trait. As he stands right now, he does not show it. His mom could have still passed it and just not be showing it. So we are going to breed him to a goat we know throws multiple teats and see what happens. Hopefully it's not a problem and he doesn't throw it and it won't be an issue. I know Benji doesn't throw multiple teats. Violet carries the trait, but she will only throw it if she's bred to a buck with multiple teats. So we're working on dwindling that down and fixing that. It's not ideal, but it sucks because I don't want to have to get rid of him. He is a good buck. He's got good conformation. He comes from good lines, but it is something we have to be aware of. And we got him from Heather over at Heather. I caught myself that time, guys. Sage and Stone Homestead. For the ones that are new, she lives right down the road. We're good friends. We're always on each other. We are back and forth all the time with each other. We're aware that there may be an issue. We've already discussed it. Something will be done if there becomes a problem. As of right now, we're doing okay. Also forgot, I will be skipping Sunny's breeding. I will breed her so she kids in fall of 2025 as well. She did not get bred last season because I did not have a buck for her because I only have her dad. She did get bred by her dad once. It's line breeding. It's not awful. It's not great. Just depends on your lines. I don't want to do it. Some people do it and it does just fine. I just personally do not want to do it unless it happened by accident like it did with Sunny. We are going to have a lot of first fresheners next year. We're going to have 2 Nubian first fresheners, a Nubian that I have never kitted out before. So that's always exciting. And I use exciting a little sarcastically because it's nerve-wracking. Because you just don't know. They've never kidded before. You've never kidded with them before. And it's kind of scary. So we're going to have that. That's going to be in the spring. In the fall, we will have a ton of tiny little babies. That also means new content for y'all. It also means longer kidding content because we'll have more kids spaced out. We were very fortunate in our kidding season this year and had very healthy kids. Minimum issues, and when I say issues, we had a couple cases of pneumonia, we had some pretty bad coccidia. Both of those are very treatable when you know what you're doing. So very blessed kidding season this year. I got my 3 keepers I wanted. We're able to sell several goats, which always is a good thing. They find good homes. I still have 2 more does that are going to be ready for sale, and those are Miss Rosemary's babies back here. One is black, one is tan. I'll see if I can get a video of them and get them on the video here in a second. They're a little more feral because it's hot, so they don't want to be handled as much. She's almost done, so let's see if we can get some catches of our 3 keepers this year. I guess we have 4 keepers. We also kept a buckling out of Miss Eden that didn't sell to be a companion to Possum. So he's due to be weathered, so probably hopefully I have time to do it this weekend. It doesn't take very long to weather because we band. It's just having me and Reagan both available to do it. Rosemary was a first freshener this year, and I actually haven't milked her a lot because she's been making basically the perfect amount of milk for just her babies, which has been fine. I still put her on the stand. I still touch her udder. I still handle her udder. You can see she's not jumping or anything. I'll kind of simulate the motion. Milk out just a little bit, just so she's used to it, and her head catch isn't done. So she could clearly kick me and run away if she wanted to. But, so she knows the drill. So I haven't stressed too much about milking her. We've had plenty of milk, and that's why we want to put our Nigerians on that fall milking schedule, including her. She is mostly Nigerian, but does have a little bit of Kinko meat goat in her. And she's a good girl. She's done really good on the stand. Her mom, I had to sell because her mom was not. She kicked me in the eye, and that was the end of her career here. She has gone on to another home where she is doing whatever they're doing with her. I think right now she's just eating grass and hanging out and being more or less a pet. Come on, baby. Let's go see the babies. So here's one of our full Nubians. She's a yearling. She's still got to grow some. We may have to hold off on breeding her. We have Miss Maybelle, which is a full, mini-Nubian. Here's Miss Kate. Get back. Hi, baby. The problem with two friendly goats, they're all over you. Here is Miss Laramie, which is our first new Nubian. This was our second, Miss Dawn. She's a scaredy cat, but she's a sweetheart. And then Miss Patsy down there was probably, yeah, she was my first call that, yes, this goat is not leaving. She is mine forever. Oh, watch out. What you doing? What you doing? Come on. Here's one of Miss Rosemary's babies. She's the little black one. So she's really hard to film because, you know, she doesn't show up on camera. See, that better? That's better. I was just budded, but I sweetheart. I just little. Yeah, good girl. And let's see. Oh, sorry. Oh. And here's our other little Rosemary baby. She looks just like her mama. And probably gonna be a chameleon because Rosemary keeps getting darker by the day. Can you say hi? Say hi. You wanna say hi? Say, I was a bottle. And this is one of our 4-teaters, aren't ya? Say, I'm still sweet. The big thing with the summer, keeping the girls good, is the fan does a lot for them. Obviously having shade, the barn will get stuffy, but this right outside the barn stays shady all day. Stays shady pretty much all day. They can lay there, and they have other areas within that they can lay that's shady and cool. Hi, sweetie. Say, I'm a big scaredy cat, but I sweet. But I sweet. Here's our other 3-teater. This is Miss Eden. She's a sweet girl. She just has 3 teats and horns. Hold on. Be very, very quiet. She got camera scar on me, but she used it. I think I got a little bit of them head scratching on it. I'm hoping, this is why we got it, because you see what she's doing right there. I wanted to get something like that for a while, but I've put it off. But now, knowing how quick they learn to use that, one thing I've thought about is getting some of like the plastic rugs that have like little nubbly things on there. Can you not do that? And putting that against a wall and see if they scratch on that. Ma'am! She's chewing on my camera. Y'all want to see something adorable? This is Miss Sunny. These are not her babies, obviously. They're her babies. She is their stepmama, aunt. She is always with them and always taking care of them. Sometimes they divide and conquer. Violet. So it's adorable. She's always taking care of all those babies too. Back it, back it, back it, back it, back it, back it. Possum, Sam. You can see they've made themselves a little stand right there around the thing. We don't have an overly complicated breeding schedule because we only have 2 bucks. I only have 19 goats, which I know to some people sounds like a lot, but when you're breeding for certain things and trying to schedule breeding, it's really, because it is complicated, but it's not, because this is what we do. We are going to, obviously, we're going to be start breeding. Still got a month or so before we really start kind of watching to get ready, because what we need to start doing is watching for signs of heat cycles, especially in those Nubians, because I do like hand breeding, I've discovered, which is basically finding out your girl is in heat and immediately taking the buck to her or taking her to the buck, and then knowing, okay, she had to be bred this date, or this date, and then pulling them out. In the past, I have just thrown Benji in and tried to watch best I could, and it does work, but it is also kind of terrifying. I much preferred hand breeding. Most of my girls this far have been very loud and vocal when they're in heat. They give me all the signs, so it's very easy to hand breed. Not everyone does. I've been very lucky in that, because I do like hand breeding like that. And what I have done is turn them, you know, notice they're in heat, turn them in, and then leave them for 2 or 3 days during that cycle. Other times with like Belle, where she got too stressed, I bred her the day she was in heat, bred her the day after, and then, you know, I took him over there. They did the act, and then it was over. It is almost time to start tracking cycles and getting ready, and I am so excited because baby goats are awesome. Stressful, but awesome. That's our video for today. I just wanted to give you an update on our breeding plans and get everyone excited for 2025 babies, and give you a little update on how the herd looks at this moment. Everyone looks wonderful. I'm very happy with my goats I have. I'm excited for 2025 and baby goats and what everyone's gonna look like and milking schedules. If you have any questions, leave them in the description box. Maybe if we get enough of them, I'll do a video on frequently asked goat questions. I don't know. But I'm Megan from the GWP Homestead, and I'll see you on the next video, guys. Bye.